This is the eye test.
This is the eye test. Ring gang.
Radio. This is the eye test.
Yes. Oh man, so I know we ain't kick off a eye test episode in a good little minute.
I know. I hear people on the streets are fiending for this. I don't know why, but they are.
So and last year we had that we had I think a Charlo report card because they had the card together.
They did. It was lion. It was lion season and lion hunting season by accident.
Yeah. And so the events from that card kind of transpired and did its own little spin-off Marvel journey, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and we went a whole year that whole thing from that last card, and it finally climaxed, and we got the conclusion yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was called Lion King. Oh, my bad. The rematch between Harrison and Charlo.
So you finally had the rematch between Tony Harris and Jermell Charlo. What are your thoughts on that fight?
To me, it was a good fight. It went the way... Well, I shouldn't say it went the way I expected. The end result, or what would cause the end result, is what I expected. I just didn't know what round it would be. So the biggest thing I thought about is, like, as much as I wanted Harrison to win, the fact that he gets clipped fairly easily would always be in Charlo's favor. You don't want to, like, stand and trade with a puncher, which I guess might have been pride or something, but Harrison wanted to stand with him for no good reason. But otherwise, I felt it was an entertaining fight. It was like when there was back and forth, it was back and forth. But otherwise, when Charlo wanted to like step the gas, he would. Just for some weird reason, he'd ease off for no good reason.
I was gonna say shout outs to King P because he called it the exact round when Charlo would get the knockout. He said 11th round. So when you
let me text him real quick.
When
call
you
him
said
Nostradamus.
Hold on. What?
I said I'm gonna text him real quick to let me call him the Nostradamus.
So when you said you didn't know what round it was gonna happen on, it just made me just think about that. But I felt it was a good fight. A few people were talking about it was a fight of the year candidate, and I don't think it was. Like it needed more violence, more. Huh?
I wouldn't call it fight of the year. Maybe a boxing of the year, but not a fight of the year.
Nah, it wasn't. It didn't have enough action to be a fight of the year candidate. Like I felt like, I mean, you had action, but it needed to go another. Like it needed to get into another gear before I say, okay, this is a fight of the year candidate. Like it was just bubbling right below it.
It needed more consistency.
Yeah, and to me, a part of that is Tony Harrison. He boxed great. Like he boxed real good. But I thought his work rate was really lacking.
It could have been more, that's for sure.
Yeah, that conservative boxing minimalist style approach, I wouldn't use that against punchers who keep their power the whole fight. Especially if you don't have a elite chin or defense. And if you're letting a guy consistently out-throw more than you, even though y'all are landing around the same, because they were, the punch stats, like, they was close. I mean, you might have say Tony was landing better at a better rate. Yeah.
But you're gonna remember what Charlo did.
Yeah, Charlo was throwing more and connecting almost at the same amount, but he had to throw way more to do it.
He threw like that substitute teacher who had enough of it.
He's like, fuck it. You don't want to copy the notes on the board? Here, fuck it. Just go. Like, you just get frustrated. Like, you could see the anger in Charlo's face, but he did stay composed, and he still was outworking him.
Yeah,
and I felt like he kind of came back towards the end of the fight, like around round 6.
I would say like, yeah, you're right. He was more like consistent about it, but at the same time, it was just like you could tell he was just like super pissed from like the lead up to the fight. He legit did not like what happened to him leading up to the fight.
He was getting like killed with the insults, and Tony Harris was like, he got an A+ on that shit, but that shit don't win the fight, man. Like,
no, but if anything, Tony Harrison is so great at selling a fight. I want him to be in every single fight.
I don't even think he was selling the fight. I think that's how he truly felt. Like,
no, he's not wrong either. The thing is, like, he was like so spot on with Charlo and bugged Charlo so badly that I was just like, yo, do you think like every single interview they had, like, you know, Jermell had to call Jamal and ask him, like, you know, give me a pickup?
Yo, I wouldn't doubt that, man. But I think this is the thing. I feel like all the insults and all that shit talking feels worse because Jermell doesn't feel like he lost the dude. Like, he felt like he was robbed, in which I agree with him. So it's different if somebody beat your ass and you know you took a L, and now they're talking shit and, you know, all in your face and your ear about it all year. But it's a whole different feeling when
you're gonna be
you know when you won and this motherfucker ain't win and you up here, he's up here celebrating the whole year on your ass.
Yeah, well, you know what? Just like, you know, in anime, that guy played the great villain.
Yeah, he was a good, but Charlo's so angry, it's almost hard to call him the good guy.
Yeah, the other problem is like when he like mouths off, it's hard to like, you know, side with him. But anyway,
yeah, you don't want to root for him.
But anyway, going back,
he's letting this Detroit guy get to him.
I don't know. It might be a Detroit thing. I don't know. But anyway, going back to what we were saying, like, so the biggest thing that we noticed during the fight was like there were 3 knockdowns, but 2 of them to me stuck out the most because it was the same punch. Left hook.
Damn. It was just inches away, like inches away from my glove. Like, nah, nigga, you got hit with that shit.
It wasn't inches away. It was just like you just made a bad call in the trade, and the better puncher beat you. You don't punch with a puncher. And it was the same punch. There's both those 2 major knockdowns. Left hook.
And he was pulling back too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why you even letting it? Why you even letting the battlefield turn this way when you already got the height and the reach?
Mm-hmm. Not only that, not height and reach. He was actually doing better at the body shots too.
Yeah, he was, like, 'cause he was digging in with them shits, and like they were sounding off, like, but Charlo conditioning is A1.
That, and also he was motivated. That's why.
Yeah. I think that motivation, it kind of gives a couple plus points to your conditioning.
Yeah, Joshua might have to go to that camp and find out some more about that conditioning.
Because you could be in condition but not motivated, because then you see a guy who he lacks that motivation to just go into that second gear or increase the intensity. So you need both to really bring out the best in yourself as well as others, man. The conditioning and that motivation, and you saw it with Charlo, because he ate some serious body work, and he still hung around to the end throwing bombs.
Actually, you want to know one thing that I will give Charlo props for? Because the few times he ate headshots, it always hit his forehead. So he was ready to trade with you right away.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not even a knock at him. I'm like, that's a super smart move. Like, if you're going to take a headshot, you might as well take it in the hardest bone in the body. Yeah.
It's just like a headbutt. Like, you hit it at, it's like if it's done at an angle, that person's going to get the worst of it than you will.
If anything, Charlo turned to Balrog from Street Fighter.
Oh man, one thing I'll say though, like, this fight was a whole learning experience for everybody, man. Especially, and I know I want to kind of get away from all the little other, like, the jokes and the bullshit and the shenanigans, how we get into with the real talk. I'm gonna bring it back to the eye test. Although I'm not shitting on, because, you know, we have our fun and shit, but just to get a little technical with it.
Yeah.
I feel like Tony Harrison fought behind his weakness instead of his strengths.
Yes.
And that's the difference. Like, we all know he has a, shitty stamina. We all know he's not the most durable guy. He doesn't have the best chin.
No.
But instead of focusing on his strengths, which is his sharp punching, his power and his jab and everything, and his length and reach, he fought like he's trying to protect this damn weakness instead of trying to maximize his strength. And it showed, because if he would have really made a push on certain spots when he was really putting hands on Charlo, he could have forced the knockdown, could have really hurt Charlo bad. He could have, a whole bunch of other things could have happened. But at the end of the day, it's like he believes in his weakness more than his strength, and I feel like that's a bad way to box.
If anything, I think it might also be a mental aspect, because I guess because of how he won the last fight, because he tried to stay outside the entire time. He actually, now I think about it, he pulled a Tim Bradley. He wanted to prove the opposite.
I mean, he wasn't war like that. That's
no.
I get what you're saying. He didn't go to the extent of Bradley, but I felt like he kind of engaged Charlo a little too much. But I felt he had to.
No, he had to. The thing was, like, I think it's because Charlo would back up, so he felt like, oh, I'm making something happen.
But you know what? I would say, you know what? Let's say it a better way. Like, he had to, but Harrison needs to do it on his terms.
Yes. Harrison would go forward, and even Jermell said it. Like, he came forward. It's like, okay, I'll be ready to set up a trap for you. I'm like, yeah. Plain and simple. You made Charlo go backwards, but you made Charlo adjust to make it his terms. If Harrison did what he did, which he would do in random spurts, because we talked about this earlier, like, he does it in random spurts. Like, if anything, his most dangerous combination is his double jab right hand.
But that's the thing. Charlo could kind of punch going backwards and forward. So that's why I feel like you shouldn't be having him hanging around the whole fight. Like, you gotta punish a guy like that. Take some steam off of his shots. Like, he was just, Tony Harrison was putting points on him and boxing him, but he never deterred Charlo. Like, he never took his heart from him. He never, like, certain
if
things.
If he stuck to the body shots, he would have.
I mean, he focused on the body pretty good, but I felt like Charlo had some good body shots himself. That was under that wasn't getting noticed by the commentary like that either.
No, I don't pay attention to commentary. I always watch fights on silent if I can. But otherwise, like, Harrison was getting some with the body shots, but you could tell he didn't have faith in them.
Yeah.
Whereas Charlo, he just knew, like, all my shit hurts. Doesn't matter what I do, it hurts.
That's how he fought. Like, Charlo punched, like, it didn't matter where he landed on, he just knew it would hurt. And I think a lot of people were looking at the misses and the blocks and not looking at the whole overlying effect, where if you have a guy that's not that durable and you just beat on him long enough, you're going to start chipping at that armor.
The catch with Charlo, and Charlo even said it himself, is he took too long to do that.
Yeah, he did.
And then there was that moment where he's just like, took it like an anime. I saw my twin brother. My twin brother gave me the spirit that I came through. That I just I'm not knocking for it. It just sounds funny when you think about it.
Yeah, they had that little connection, but that's what
basically
he do.
He basically did that moment from My Hero Academia. He just said the United States of Smash and just threw that final shot before the ref came through.
Oh man,
but no, it was like, I felt it was a good fight. It could have been more. It clearly could have been more. It's just because, like we were talking earlier, like, Harrison has this tendency to, like, wait or stall the fight, but for some reason, whoever he fights stalls with him. And that's a talent in itself.
He means that shit ain't work on Hurd.
Hurd just doesn't give a fuck.
Because the thing is, Harrison gotta stop dudes from just keep gumming at him. Like, he ain't taking nobody hard away. Look, you're not gonna knock everybody out.
No.
So,
you should never assume you'll knock everybody out. Ever.
Nah, but see, the thing is, I feel like you should always box for the knockout, though.
You should box for the knockout, but don't assume it's coming through.
Yes, there you go. That's see, but that's
shoot for the
perfect
moon,
balance.
but always have a game plan ready in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm saying you always box for the knockout, because that's how you should be boxing for anyway. Meaning you breaking down your opponent, the jabs, body work, the confusion, take away their heart. It's a systematic breakdown. And later on, if the knockout, or not later on, but if during the middle of that process, if the knockout come, it come. Now, it might present itself and you could go after it a little bit, but it's not something that you rush.
Yes.
And Charlo was anxious, but he was calm. It's like when you see Charlo fight, it's like you're seeing a ball of emotions.
Jermell especially.
Jermell, yes, Jermell Charlo.
Jermell knows at least. I don't know if Jermell has a similar issue, but he hides it. But he's the more composed of the two.
Yeah, you don't see, like, even when Jermell is in trouble, or not in trouble, but just not looking good, or he's getting outboxed.
It's just not going his way.
Yeah, you don't see the look, you don't see it written all over his fucking face like you do with Jermell.
No, because Jermell knows it's just like, yo, things will go south, but guess what? I know what I can do. I'm gonna make it happen. But I'm also actually gonna say a throwback, because it was way back in an early episode. You said it too. You called Jermell about it too, because his corner was telling him, like, why did you do this? And then Jermell's like, oh, it's not landing perfect.
Oh yeah, I don't want to look bad. It's not landing perfect. I remember that shit. I think that was the Trout fight. The Trout fight, he was saying that shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, who the fuck cares?
Niggas throw the fucking punches.
I know. But it's one of those things. It's more of a mental thing than anything else. What led him to being in that moment, I don't know, because if his little twin brother, got past that moment, he doesn't give a shit anymore. What is the other twin thinking?
I mean, everybody got their own battles, and I feel like Jermell's battle with his emotions is like an ongoing thing. And Tony Harrison just really got under his skin, but I don't feel like Charlo landed a lucky punch or anything.
No, even Harrison said it too. He's like, it wasn't a lucky punch. He said, I fucked up. It was literally a trade, and I fucked up.
And for the record, there was no such thing as lucky punches in boxing, because if you train hours on end to them do something right, the moment it happens correctly doesn't mean, you didn't get lucky.
No, it's what you just did in the gym and in sparring. And what was your gut reaction? Your gut reaction is what you've done nonstop to the bag, done nonstop with sparring, and also, more importantly, because people don't want to talk about it, whatever your coach slapped the shit out of you at the entire time.
So it was just he got him. I feel like Harrison could rebound, but he boxed like a guy who milked the belt for the whole fucking year.
Yeah,
and just, I feel like you could tell that belt gave him confidence. You could literally tell it
did.
Definitely, like, because he boxed great them first 4 rounds. I know a lot of people was like kind of upset about how the judges had Charlo ahead. He was losing, but he wasn't getting his ass kicked in there. It wasn't no damn.
No, it was a super close fight.
Yeah, I'm looking at when people were talking about I had it 8 rounds to 2 and all types of shit, and I'm like, nigga, 8 rounds to 2? Like, what the fuck?
Alright, that's the dude that you make jokes about me from Top Boy. That's that guy.
I mean, I could see 7-3. I can see 6-4. Harrison was definitely ahead.
By 1 round at least.
I could see 1 or 2. I could see one or 2.
1 or 2. Yeah, I can see that.
But Charlo was making it closer. Like, he was, you could tell, like, after the 6th round, I think he hurt Jermell. I'm sorry, he hurt Charlo. I'm mixing them. He hurt Harrison with a body shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could tell Tony Harrison just got gradually more lethargic in the fight.
A guy, because here's another thing. Here's their eye test chip. If the guy likes to move more than you, body shot. If they hurt harder than you, body shot. If they're better than you in XYZ, body shot.
Yep.
Stop
The
wasting your
great
time
equalizer.
at a tiny target that is the head. Hit anywhere else that's bigger than the head. Anything lower than the neck. The end.
It's simple principle because whenever you're dealing with a guy that you know is less durable than you, you want to wear him down, especially if you know you're the puncher and you're tougher than him and your shots are harder.
Hell, even if it's a case of like, younger versus older. You're younger. Test the older guy's body. Sometimes.
That's true too, but then you run into the old man strength sometime and the craftiness. So I was just trying to just look at it and because both of them are in their prime and it's a level. Shit, Tony Harrison even taller. So
not by much, but he is. Yeah.
No, yeah, about like what 6'1" to 5'11", like yeah.
Yeah.
But Charlo looks like the bigger, more durable guy.
But yeah, it just boils down to
little they
things.
not giving you the chest, the chin, the hit. You just beat on them. Like the whole Jermaine Taylor Winky Wright approach, Fernando Vargas Winky Wright approach.
Look
Just
at you,
overwhelming with power.
Look at you sneaking in these old fights.
But because it's the same principle.
I know. I'm just playing.
The thing is, Winky Wright was a lot tougher than Tony Harrison, so he eventually he was able to withstand those shots. Plus his defense was better too.
No, my question is this, because you brought up a good point. Do you feel when the ref called it, do you think it was a good time or no?
It was a good time. And you know why I say that? Look at the second knockdown, the one where Charlo had dude against the ropes.
And he flopped on the ropes.
He was landing some crazy powerful shots, like brutal. Like it was looking like I was getting flashbacks to them Mercer and Morrison, like just consecutive smashes. He was just landing like hooks, and they was landing clean. And then the overhand, like he had death intentions on those punches. I'm telling you, he was trying to hurt Tony Harrison. Like you could tell he just couldn't wait. Like this dude been running and talking his fucking mouth all this time, and I finally heard him, and I could get free hits in.
He went Gohan Super Saiyan 2.
Bruh, you'll never know how hard somebody can hit, or how hard you can punch.
Mad as shit.
Until you're in that situation, Charlo, and when you got somebody against the ropes hurt,
and you have a reason to hurt him. Like, think about like all the pent up rage of this dude running his mouth on you because he had like this little tiny gate in front of you. Then all of a sudden, that padlock fell off. You're gonna act like a dog going nuts. I don't care what breed of dog it is. It could be a poodle. A poodle will beat the shit out of you if you give it the chance.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was a bad. Tony Harrison was hurt. And Charlo wasn't missing like that.
Yeah, no. Well, for me, my perspective was this. Because I 100% understand what you meant. Like, if anything, how many knockdowns was it again? Was it 3 or 4?
I think it was like, there was one in the second.
Yes.
And there was like 2.
Late, towards the end.
There was 2 in the 11th, and then he finally stopped them.
Yeah, so after the 2 in the 11th, I mean, I'm not knocking him for calling it because, like, that's the ref's job. Your safety is in order. I just thought, like, maybe a couple seconds more. Because the thing was, like, my first thought was, like, the main reason I knew why the ref called it in was Harrison wasn't responding.
Yeah.
If he, like,
which is his own fault because as soon as he stopped, that's when he responded.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, even if it's a bullshit punch, pretend you're throwing.
Yeah. Or do a better job of defending. Like, he wasn't really, it's not like he was slipping and sliding and moving his head. Like, all that shucking and jiving and moving and shit. Yeah, where was all of that?
Maybe he should get some lessons from, as you call my uncle.
Oh, he ain't no Isaac Chalemba, no. Nah.
But no,
see, Isaac Chalemba makes it work for him because he's actually a tough dude.
He's a tough dude, but he throws with you. Even if he's in a bad spot.
that's true. And Charlo and Harrison, they was exchanging, but it's like Tony just gets the worst of it because he pulls back. Where Jermell, he's going at you doing that shit.
Okay, so you just said a key thing, which I've actually been telling a lot of my guys at the gym here. Let's put this as a eye test knowledge dart or a knowledge gem. I'm saying knowledge dart because I'm thinking Diesel Marrow, but let's just say here's something you should always think about as a boxer, kickboxer. I don't care what sport you're in. If it involves somebody punching you in the face or kicking you in the face, you got to think this. When you pull back, your chin pops up. Don't do that. Take a step back so your chin stays down. Don't lean back. Your chin pops up.
Yep.
And what did Harrison do every single time? Each time he traded the left hook, he leaned back. Therefore, his chin pops up. So there were shots, those two knockdowns where he got knocked down. If he took a step back, he would have taken it lower.
Yep. But he tried to lean, and some guys, they lean and step back too, which ain't really the best thing either. It's better than just straight leaning back, but
exactly.
It's better if you lean or step back and lean, do it at an angle. Don't do it straight back. Because a motherfucker just keep crowding you and he has elite footwork, he's going to catch you, especially with an overhand right.
Yeah, people always underestimate the overhand right because people always see like, the highlight videos, this guy caught it. I'm like, you don't know why these guys can catch it. They are trained to do it and they are aware if shit goes south. But you know what? Maybe those are some of the things that I say, like, let me just say as a shout out to all my friends, I'm like, maybe you got your Timbs on, maybe you're listening to like, Fat Joe, but sometimes lean back ain't the best answer.
You said maybe since you got your Timbs on and you're listening to Fat Joe. I was like, where the fuck are you going with this?
Yo.
But I got it. Classic Terror Squad. Well, man.
I love the track too, but I love my chin better. So
yeah, for real. Like it was a great card by PBC. I won't get into the whole card. I know we'll probably talk about that later on the Real Talk with the rest of the gang. But on eye test,
Big Papa Pat.
It was just the grudge match of the fucking year, and it delivered. It fucking delivered. It got the result a lot of people thought would happen, but it didn't just come about the way we thought would happen. And both dudes got respect for each other. You could tell they don't like each other, but at least they know what's up.
They keep it professional.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny about it? Because you said, we said, didn't get the result it was. Somebody pointed out in the comments. Because, comments is always the best place to find the most bitch-ass niggas out there. There were people who were like, at the beginning, it was like, yo, I picked Harrison. Then after the fight happened, yo, I picked Charles the entire time. Like, nigga, just stick to your side. Take your L.
Yeah. Because they was feeling real good when they was watching Harrison outbox Charlo. But a lot of people, they overrate boxing effectiveness. Like, you got to look at it in the bigger picture. Like, you can't just look at it at a round by round basis. You score round by round, but all those rounds, they paint a mural.
Which I should also add as a plug. Me and LB have mentioned multiple times in previous episodes of the eye test about being effective in various ways. So if you want to get your boxing better, listen to some early episodes.
Get him throwback.
We may be extremely sporadic in our episodes, but understand you're gonna remember and acknowledge what we say and appreciate it for forever.
Yeah, because we just trying to enlighten and just show different sides of things, because Harrison, he could have did better. Like, dude had a whole, we don't know how serious that damn ankle injury or whatever the shit that happened in the summer where the fight got canceled, because there was so many different rumors and shit going on. It's hard to say what was what.
Exactly. I just say I'll say for myself. I'm just saying for myself and some other people I've worked with, including one person, the wife of one good friend of mine. She competes too. I saw her ankle injury. The way that shit swelled, I thought she was infected by an alien. That shit is just, you just don't fuck with that shit, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel it because it's a thing around like maybe around, I think it was June. I had fucked up my ankle, and it was the same foot. It was a part of the same leg that I had surgery on for my knee. So I'm trust me, I know an ankle injury. Like, they ain't no joke, but
exactly. But the thing is, that
wasn't the only thing. Remember, we was hearing about how he was KO'd in sparring. There was that brought up.
But no, that's the thing. Should we really pay too much attention to what people say as rumors and sparring?
But remember that press conference they had, and Tony Harrison was alluding to that conversation about faking an injury and fighting Charlo in December because he always fight bad in December. And
yeah, but at the same time, I think like after we saw what Harrison does, this dude just says so much shit, like anything could.
This Nick though, you don't say nothing that fucking accurate, and there's no truth to it. Nah. When he said that shit and the reactions of the people on stage, I couldn't. So that's why I'm gonna just file it up under. We don't know exactly. It was just too much shit going on. But the point I'm trying to make is he had a whole year to train for this fucking fight.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be training hard. You train your life. But at the end of the day, it took 11 rounds and you barely threw 400 punches. You threw under 400 punches.
Yeah.
You ain't winning shit like that unless you got knockout power or lights out defense.
Yeah, I've thrown personally more, including against a guy who LB's called me more a cagey guy. We've thrown more punches than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, like if in 3 rounds of me sparring, I got half the amount of punches you have in 11 rounds, and you're in a world-class fucking fight, there's a problem.
All right, actually, let's add this real quick here. And also, I'm just going to say this because I'm like, I don't care, even editing, put this in. Yes, LB, I was wrong about the time, but how long we're going to take with this episode. But I'm going to say this. Here's a little learning episode for you people. When you throw punches or throw kicks, because I say about like people, I train people in MMA and kickboxing, stop wasting your time on clean hits. Hit anything. It counts. It makes you look active. It makes you look like you're in control. Because the person has to constantly react to what you're doing. Guess who looks like the aggressor? You dumbass. So just do it.
And that's honestly the reason why the judges had Charlo ahead, because just the aggression, and he was still being effective to the point where they was landing around the same amount of punches, just he was throwing an extra 200 more. So see, the last time, niggas can't bitch about the judges now.
Mm-hmm.
And we bitch about fucking judging. But the last time fucking the judges were, bending over backwards and awarding Tony Harrison for that minimalized boxing he was doing. And he got outworked that fight and hurt. This time, the judges are awarding Charlo for being aggressive and coming forward and throwing more punches.
Yes,
so you see they favor different shit. So
don't give them a chance to favor something. Just fill any gaps if you can.
Thank you. And then that's the point I'm making. Like, we shouldn't have to pick and choose if you're operating at the highest level you can operate on. If you're imagine the type of fight we would have got if Tony Harrison was throwing twice the amount of punches.
Oh, that would be such an ugly fight to watch.
Dude, you don't know what would have happened to Charlo.
Exactly. Because the thing is, like, Harrison did hurt Charlo a couple times.
And he was accurate as fuck. Like, he was landing. Yeah. He was landing enough where you're like, damn. Like, if he just picked it up more, he really could do something.
Yeah, right before he got something in the 11th round, he actually landed a really good double jab right hand combination.
Yeah. Now, Charlo took them shits, but the thing is, a lot of times people that take something because they're allowed to breathe. It's the reason why a lot of pressure fighters, get these damn stoppages, because they land something good, then 10 seconds they're landing something good again, and they're making you think about it.
Yeah, because people don't realize, like, one of the main things pressure fighters do. So if any pressure fighter hates me, then fuck you. I don't really care, because I've explained the weaknesses of outboxes too. The thing that people don't realize about pressure fighters is, like, they'll clip you one big one, but they fill in a lot of bullshit shots to catch you with something else you won't see. Their main goal is this: stay in your face, so you're so scared. They don't even need to be, like, directly in your face. They just need to be in front of you. They could be a bit away from you, as long as you get that feeling, I'm in front of you, I'm in front of you, I'm in front of you.
Yeah.
AKA, that means one of my salvos is going to hit you. One of my weapons is going to hit you.
Because it's like they're putting like a mental toll on you.
Exactly. That's what the outside fighter does. The outside fighter does the opposite. He's just like, no matter what you do, there's a moat in front of us. There's a no man's land. You have to take the risk, which is in the range of my artillery. What do? Granted, I should say my artillery, for the guys who actually know how to use their reach, a good chunk of people who have long arms have no fucking clue what they're doing. So I don't know what to say, because some guys I've legit tried to talk to. I'm like, hey man, you got the reach. I'm just like, I'm not asking you to be Vladimir fucking Klitschko, but I guess I have to give him as the example every single time, because you guys are like, oh, I don't know how to be long. I don't know how to stay far away. Oh, I've seen Klitschko. I'm like, you're not Klitschko. Just do you.
I know, right? Oh man, but
why do guys who have worse range, like shorter people, know better how to be a Klitschko than the guys who are actually tall?
It's, you know what, you got a point about that. Like, I've dealt with so many people who like 6'2" don't know how to use their distance or their range, the length on their shot. So I don't know. I guess when you short or when you're under 6 feet, you just kind of, I don't know, height mean more. So you kind of figure it out a lot earlier, I guess.
Well, I've told people who aren't as tall, I say knowing how long your arms are really should be super important, and they take it to heart.
Oh damn!
So they
tall
legit
people be sensitive now.
No, more so like people who don't have the reach. They say like, hey, make use of everything you got. So they know how far the reach is really, versus a long guy who's just like, oh, well, I can just get away with it so I can be lazy.
I mean, I feel like Harrison, he used his reach good, but it was one of those, it's like, this is the thing.
He just
like
forgot.
Harrison was a kid that was giving you B's on his report card all year. But if he tried a little harder, or if he just was like serious, he could give you a fucking A.
I like how you just gave that report card thing when we were talking about the Chavez fight the previous day, so now I'm getting mad now thinking about it. But anyway, let's call this. We're going a bit too far with this episode anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's what I really want. That's what I really think it comes down to. Just Tony Harrison, just a B level fighter, always giving you his B, giving you a B game, but he just
once in a blue moon, the A shows up, or literally for a split second.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, he didn't. To me, I thought he got a gift against Charlo, so I still haven't seen him his best.
No, that's what I say. He literally only does split seconds. Like that double jab right hand, that's an expert.
Yeah, like he's a guy whose career comes down to moments and spurts and spots.
That's true.
And Charlo just more consistent. Like it was like he tried to have that George Groves versus Eubank Jr. game plan, but he fucked it up because Jermell Charlo is just a whole level better fighter than Eubank.
He is.
And he has his own set of problems you got to deal with, man. And it is what it is. But hopefully, both guys, make some good fights. I don't want to see a third fight right away because motherfuckers only fight twice a year or once a year as it is. So,
Harrison needs to put somebody else away before rematch.
Yes. Thank you, dude.
Because Charlo did that too. So just make it even. If anything, I think Harrison would agree too. He's like, no, I got to prove my worth too before I get a rematch.
You know who be a good opponent for Tony Harrison? I like what's that? The guy Gallimore.
Gallimore.
Lubin just fought him, beat him. J-Rock fought him, beat him. But he could punch, and he's tough, and he'll be in there with you. Like, that's a good fight for Tony Harrison.
Yeah, that would be a really good one.
Get some confidence, come back, see what's up, and hopefully Charlo don't have another hiccup, and we get that J-Rock fight. If J-Rock don't have a fucking hiccup in January.
Yeah, if anything, J-Rock versus Charlo would be a really good fight. I don't think it would go the distance at all.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna get bludgeoned out of there.
Anyway, let's finish this off here. Do you want to give people any shout-outs about like what to pay attention to?
The final thoughts, to close this shit out.
Yes, sir.
Just shout outs to the squad, man. You know, Ring Gang Radio. Y'all got just stay tuned for all the shit we got going on. The site get updated damn near every day almost. Just check it every day. We got the post fight review from Pat's trip to New York for the Bud Crawford fight. You know, excellent
Please
article
pay
on
attention
that.
to his Instagram because he has some hilarious shit on the MTA.
Oh yeah, as well. Oh, and you know what? If you even just scroll down, you'll see all the little. You'll see some of the Instagram videos he took as well. So yeah, and you also hit the Instagram as well, like my man PJ said. So just stay tuned. You know, got that shit out. Just stay tuned for the other shit. PJ got a seminar, of course. I'll let him say more about that, but you know, we putting that shit together for y'all at the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, we gonna have some real dope episodes and topics, you know, the end of the year awards and report cards and just kill it like we did last year. Shit, y'all remember shit, the end of the year awards, we just had fun on that.
I heard report cards, I nearly got scared.
Yeah, and make sure y'all follow us everywhere. Y'all follow us on Spotify, and if you on Spotify, follow Rome. Shout out some Rome. Follow myself, Shutterworth. Make sure y'all take a look at them albums on
Yes, sir.
The Romantic EP, the Gold Artist album, just dropped Jordan, Playoffs. Got new music always out there. The hashtag rap video is out on YouTube, everything. It's on the Twitter, so make sure y'all just hit us up. The Soul Wars, boxing artwork, all of that shit. So that's really it, man. You know, ringgangradio.com. Yes, sir. I test. PJ, take it away.
Yeah, I'll just step in my bait here. As I'd always say about eye tests, you know, like we may not be as consistent, but we know you guys always appreciate it. So we always appreciate the support. We will keep feeding you guys as fix so you guys can get right, which also means your boxing gets better. So we appreciate that. And like he said before, next Sunday will be my second seminar, which is one of many seminars that's going to be happening. Whether you guys show up or not, I don't really care. You just know I'm going to be there.
It's like boxing. Boxing will always be there.
Exactly.
Will people want to box? Who knows?
And the other thing is, I'm also going to give a shout out again to Ring Gang Radio. So some people might get a little lost and be like, what to follow Ring Gang Radio? Just whatever it says Ring Gang Radio, follow it. On Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Then slowly you'll know who the rest of us are.
Yep. Especially the YouTube, because you got that little commercial with everybody, so you can see what we all look like, how we do in the intros and shit. Like, you know, the new intro. You know, we always upgrading over here, Ring Gang.
Exactly.
We stand
the new
behind
intro.
the shit we say.
The new intro, I'm showing people. It looks like I clocked some guy in the jaw when I'm teaching somebody.
Yeah, it just ended up being like that.
I'm okay with it. That guy knows better.
But yeah, definitely y'all check out. If y'all need more details for PJ seminar, just y'all hit up the Ring Gang. In the IG and everything. The Facebook. All of that is gonna be in Edmonton, Alberta. If you're in that area and you listen to Ring Gang Radio, holla at us and see what's good with that seminar. Level up.
Yes, sir. And this is... I have no clue what episode number this is, but this is the eye test. Let's just go.
The eye test. Harrison Charlo, part 2. The eye test. One's a boxer, one's an artist.
Tune in next time.
To the next time. On Eye Test Fighter Z. Alright, man, we out of here. Stay tuned. Like, these niggas wildin'. Alright, yo, but shout outs to everybody worldwide, especially on Podomatic, that fuck with us and download the episodes and everything. So just had to put that out there. I know y'all can't name every country out there, but you know, that's a lot of y'all. So we want to say salute.
We truly appreciate you all around the world who at least give us a listen, even when we're wilding the fuck out.
We just love boxing, and we glad y'all love it with us. So
we
until next time.
Exactly. You love boxing and you like jokes. That's why we exist. All right. We out.
We out. Peace.
Later.